Hey, Ashley, thank you for your patience. I had to have Coach Now give me some new software, and I'm finally back up and running again. So, thank you for taking part in the January skill challenge of circles and true turns. You're the only one who sent it to me at a lope so far. And he looked really great. The only change I would make is to the second barrel to get that lead sooner because he crossfired when he got in that turn. So that would be the only thing I'd recommend. And then, of course, you corrected him when you felt it. But you did beautiful circles with true turns with snap out. The other thing I noticed, he's got 4 shoes on, but I also see dust under the grass. So just always be careful when you're working tight turns on grass. If it's wet, it can be very slick, especially if it's not a rim shoe and it's just a keg shoe. But I'm sure you already know that. But I'm just stating that for anyone who watches the video. I loved how you ride gorgeous. You ride really pretty. You really uh, you help a horse, but you're also a quiet rider. So I like how he's standing relaxed and you ride him. I think it's a Jim Warner hack. And you go from a walk to your right lead departure without a trot. And he did that really nicely. He's definitely freer now. And you're riding very centered, hips, heels, and shoulders aligned. You're doing little light bumps with your hands as you approach to tell him to stay collected. And what we're looking for, we was you were riding to your little pop-up trash cans there, um, is for the nose to be slightly in, for the shoulder to stay elevated, the rib cage to stay soft, and that's going to keep the pivot foot up underneath your horse with their hip in. So to have that little bit of lateral bend and to stay about 10 feet off the barrel, 5 to 10 foot circle 2 times around. And then on the second one, you'll be shaping every quarter turn. So we want to feel 3 things. We want to feel that rate going in. We want to feel that shape all the way around. And it's got to be give and take or they'll lose that fluid forward motion. And he's reaching with his shoulders, driving with his hips. And then right here, you did a beautiful job when you're ready to snap out. You look at the next barrel. You bring your inside hip and shoulder back. You bring your inside hand up and you apply your outside leg and he comes around beautifully. And the other thing when you are shaping him is your hands are even except when you're shaping him. And then you'll see where your inside hand gets slightly higher than your outside hand. And that's the correct way to do that. Up and back an inch or roll your wrist. But your outside rein should never be higher than your inside rein. They should be even or your inside hand can be higher. And then when you leave, you use your balance rein and your outside leg to square him up. And then right here is where I would have asked for the flying lead change or slow down to a trot since you're in grass. And also just to keep him relaxed and get that lead change. So while you did ask for the lead, he didn't give it to you. And then you get up here and you do a 2-hand rate cue. And then it looks like you use some leg, but he just didn't swap. So he swaps with his front end here, but he didn't swap on his back end. So when you get back there, he's kind of strung out and his back feet are out, not behind him, not under him. They're way out behind him. See how he's crossfired? So he's left lead on the front, right lead on the back. And so you said, okay, that's rough. So you break to a trot, you cue him back up, and now he's got his butt up underneath him and his pivot foot up under him like it should be. And that's nice for him. There you've got nose in, shoulder picked up, ribs soft. Now his hips in and his pivot foot's under, really nice. And the same thing, you use your inside shoulder and hip, look for third, inside hand picks up, outside leg, and he leaves nice and straight. Then you put your hands forward, he squares back up with your balance rein and outside leg. And then you travel nicely. You're closer to the barrel right now, but you slowly move out to about 5 to 10 foot circle. And you go around twice. And then as you approach, you sit, shape at the entrance, spot 1, shape at spot 2, the backside, shape at spot 3, the exit. And then again, you'll shape at the front side, which would be spot 4 if it's 4 parts of a circle. And all the while, he's keeping nose in, shoulder up. He's reaching with the shoulders. Ribs are soft. He's pushing with his hip. Pivot foot's under. So you're doing one more circle until you're ready to snap out. And then you sit back, inside hip and shoulder. You look for the alleyway or where you started. And then inside hand, outside leg, and he leaves much tighter. And then balance rein and outside leg is what squares him up. And he comes home really nice. So it was beautiful. The only thing, like I said, would change is lead change sooner from leading first. And you're added to the January drawing for doing the circles and true turns. The other thing you can do if you choose to is hind end quarter turns, and you can use your whole pasture. You could do it at a walk stop, trot stop, lope stop, and then you're doing quarter turns, and you'll do it both directions, lefts and rights. And all that's doing is teaching a nice loose rein whoa, and then getting the horses to elevate instead of doing a full 180. You're just doing a 90-degree turn, a quarter turn, until you're changing direction. Then you'll do a 180. But it's just getting them to use their butts more with a nice whoa, and then elevate and cross their front feet around their back feet. So you can take part in that as well, but you're entered no matter what if you do one or both. So, but great job, and thank you for taking part. I'll share it in the group so they can see how to lope circles and true turns. Thank you.